This is the version of iMovie that I'm going to be working on. The school does have another one that's like 10 point something. So things will be a little bit different on that one. So you're going to open up iMovie and show you how to completely start over. We're going to go to File, New Project. We're going to choose No Theme. If you want to, you can try out all of these other ones. I just haven't had a chance to look at them, but they might be easier to deal with than what I'm trying to teach you. So go for it if you want to explore. But I'm going to choose No Theme. I'm going to change the name to Kyle Grad iMovie. Mine's going to be a lesson. You can just leave it at no lesson. Whatever the name is, it doesn't matter as long as it's good. You can leave this widescreen or standard. I would leave this as the default, what it is. And I'm going to leave all of these things alone for right now. You can play around with them. I think if you click here, it changes the way the slides move in and out, or the frames move in and out. So I don't know, but play if you want to. Okay, so we're going to click Create. And there is some frames on there, and it says to start a new project, select video or photos and drag them to this area. Some of you guys might have a screen that looks like this, and it's the exact same thing. You just got to click right there and it'll come back whichever way you want to work on it. Okay, there's quite a few helpful features so that you can preview your project really easily. Is you can use this play button right here, and it opens your project up at a full screen to preview it. This one will show it over here in this area, and it won't open up a new screen. You can play just a selection, so if this had a picture in it and it has a yellow bar around it, you can play just the selection by right-clicking and play the selection, and your space bar will also play a frame or play from the beginning. It acts as a pause button as well as a play button. Alrighty, so you also cannot save an iMovie in progress anywhere else except for in iMovie. There is no way to save it to your student server or your Google Drive until the end of the project. It will save automatically for you, but if you try to upload that file to Google or anywhere else, it doesn't save it correctly. So to start out with, we're just going to start with an introduction frame, and this is how you would add any type of a text frame to it. Is over here, click on this T, and you'll get some options up over here. I'm just going to make it a title slide. It doesn't matter how you want it to come in. There's lots of different ways. I'll just drag this one over here, click and drag, bring it all the way over here and drop it. And there's your title. Lots of backgrounds that you can choose from, your choice. I'm just going to keep it black on there. And then you're going to come over here, and I'm going to type in whatever you want to put here. You can put your name, class of 2017. You don't even have to have this really, but you need some sort of a introduction on there. Okay, over here, click on show fonts, and then you can go through and it changes all of those. There's your colors. You can change the size of it, the alignment, bold and style. Lots of options on there. So we're going to click done. There is that. Actually, I'm going to show my fonts again and center it. There we go. Done. And then come over here and click done. And then you can kind of see it. It's going to come moving in. However yours is. You can also add this and then add another picture to it really quickly. Just use one of these that you guys made. Replace. I'm sorry. You're going to click replace. Okay. And that's how you can add a text over it. I think you can add it after you've had your pictures too. Undo the replace the clip. So I'm just going to leave it like that. Now we're going to just add in more frames to here. And all you have to do is, I've already downloaded all the pictures that you guys made the other day. So from wherever you've got your pages saved or your pictures saved, you're just going to start dragging them in right here. And you can make these bigger or smaller so you can see more of them. I think it's right there, yeah. So you can move them this way, or you can Alright, so obviously yours probably going to have a lot more frames than this does, but this is a good start. We'll show you how to go in there. We're going to add some interest to the frames on there. You see I'm hovering over this first frame right here. You can click up here, or you can click right here. So I'm going to click right here on this crop on it. And then this comes up, and if you choose fit, it's going to show the entire picture in that frame. Okay. If I choose crop, you can adjust it to whatever portion of the picture that you want. I would suppose if you've made these pages in Photoshop that you're not going to want to use the crop. The Ken Burns is really cool on there. You're going to take the green one, and that's your start place, and then increase it to show all of it. Or wherever you want it to end, so it can pan all the way from here to over there. Okay, and so press the space bar and you can see how it's going to work. It'll just keep playing that over and over again until you press the space bar again. So press done on there, and then change. You can also go through the gear icon right here and go to cropping, and it's the same thing. So however you want it, make the whole thing, make it pan and zoom as you like. Before we add the music on here, it all depends on how many of these frames you actually have. I think the default time when you start adding frames in is 4 seconds. So if I were to add in music right now, it would cut off my song because my movie is only 28 seconds long. So I'm going to go through and change the length of each of these frames by going to this gear icon. It might be an arrow, a down arrow, and then you're going to go to clip adjustments, and I'm going to change these to like 20 seconds on there. Honestly, I don't know what all of these other little things do. You can play around with them. You might find something easier than the way I'm doing it. Alright, so now my iMovie is now 2 minutes and 20 seconds long. You can vary the time each frame is shown. And make sure your frame time is longer than your music time. Because once you add your music, you can adjust the timing for them. I'll go through and show you how to play it. So here's this clip right here. You see how it's yellow? If I right click and choose play selection, it'll just play that frame, and then it will stop. You can right click and play. Sorry, move over here. Click play. There's the whole screen. Escape will get you out of it. The right play gives you just over there on the side. Play with the space bar. Pause with the space bar. So to add the music, I'm going to come back over here to where I saved my music, and I'm going to bring in the, I saved the Scooby-Doo one on there. I'm going to bring it all the way over here to the beginning of my project. When you import your music, make sure it comes in as a green bar underneath right here, not as a purple background. I'm not sure how to deal with it as a purple background on there, but I know how to deal with it as a green bar underneath your frames. Sometimes with the music you have to find it through another way. It won't come directly over from where you saved it to being in here. Is click on this spot right here, and then you'll have to find it through there. You can also cut music where it is. Let me bring in Alvin and the Chipmunks. I'm going to put it at the beginning. And see my red bar? I'm going to follow that red bar all the way over. And now I'm going to have two songs playing over each other right here. So I'm going to select my Alvin and the Chipmunks, move my red bar right there where the Scooby-Doo song starts, right click and split the clip, and then now my Alvin and the Chipmunks is in two different things. I can come down here and get it, this part's selected, but up here it's not. And then I'm just going to delete that selection. So now I'm going to move my red bar right there. And it's a little rough. You're going to want to play with it more so it's not quite so abrupt and randomly chopped off. My music is obviously way too long for my show, so if we needed to, we can bring in another music and start it right there.
Scooby-Doo, where are you?
So I noticed that this kind of ends before this one starts. We can actually move it over a little bit. And we don't have to cut this one because it kind of ends and it's okay. Alright, so again, now I'm still a little bit long on my movie versus my music on there. Here's where you're going to go back through and adjust the timing however long you want those clips to play. 20 seconds for these pictures are incredibly long. A lot of the kids put the, thank you to my parents and people for coming and all that stuff at the end. You can use one of these text boxes over here to add it, however you see fit. You can make another picture like we did in Photoshop and just have the words on the page and then bring it over. Just remember when you're writing something that it needs to be easily read from a distance. You don't want too fancy a font. You want people to be able to read it easily. You could actually even record yourself talking over it if you wanted to read your final thank yous out to people. You can do that. This box right here shows transitions in between times. I got rid of my music, so bring them in here, and you can make them longer. Again, same thing. Transition adjustments, make it a little bit. Transition adjustments. 2 seconds, that seems kind of long to be doing that, but just different things that you can add. To add live action video clips into this, it's basically the same thing. Mine are going to be super long. I have not edited them, so mine are going to be kind of long to add into this. Choose import option from the file menu. So where would that be? File, import, movies. Mine is on my desktop. Select the entire clip. We can select parts of it. Seems like it would be awful long on there. And then just drag it in, and voila, there's part of your. So it'll go from there to the live action for a little bit if you wanted. So if you wanted to add that in there, that would be kind of fun. It might be kind of a fun thing to do. I wouldn't add in this long of a thing because it's 1 minute and 24 seconds. You're obviously going to want to only do like a couple of second clips or something. So just an idea. To save a movie for sharing, you're going to have to go to Share, Export Movie. Change the name to something like iMovie Final. You might want to wait till you get final approval that it is okay to be shown at graduation before you do this. But whoever's approving it will have to go to your computer to preview it, so they may want you to save it as this first, and so they can see it anywhere. You're going to want it at least at large. It could be any of these, and then click Export, save it to your student server. There's so many other things that I don't even know about, but that should get you started. I would really suggest play around with it and have fun and make it your own. So good luck.